Hey, welcome. Lovely to see my stars. Ah, I know I said. Oh, wait, yeah. Hey, everyone. There. Hey, Mark. I know I said I wouldn't do Ace Attorney 2 days in a row, because it's not that great for my voice. But I want to finish this game, and if I can finish this game, then I can. I have plans. I think I'm going to, once I finish this Trials and Tribulations, I'm going to shift around my schedule, redo some stuff. In the future, we may be doing Ace Attorneys on Mondays, just in general. You know? So it's kind of part of the changeover process also, you know? I'm going to do it this week, and then we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So we should get started. Remember to follow, you know, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Try and get in the habit of saying it, but, like, I just, you know, yeah. So we are on the case. We've done a bit of investigating. The children's author who was murdered, totally not by Dahlia, wink. We have to defend her as Miles, you know? So let's just hope nobody questions the prosecutor standing at the defense on the defense side of things. Because, you know. But yeah, we did some investigating. It's probably, honestly, maybe Iris is her real name? And she just happens to look exactly like Dahlia, but yeah, we'll see. February 9th, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Oh my, Mr. Larice feels that way about me? Larry. His name's Larry. Apparently he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not, and in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. So we're not even getting to Larry's thing today? Jesus. So we are going to have to drag it out of him outside of the courtroom. In the next day of investigation, Sister Bikini, she claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Denim, correct? Okay, so what if Iris just coincidentally looks like Dahlia? But like Elise has a twin sister named Sue, and like Sue's the one dead. Like, what if it's some insanery like this? I don't fucking know. Yeah, did you do it? That is correct, it wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed, don't worry, I made the necessary arrangements. Honestly, I don't fucking know. She probably did it. Like, absolute conspiracy theory time. She didn't physically do it because she wasn't in charge of her body because she spirit channeled at the time, because we believe that she can't spirit channel, but I don't remember if she's directly said that or not. Like, or that she physically can't. And she just coincidentally looks like Dahlia, but Dahlia's dead, and so she spirit channeled Dahlia so that she didn't look any different. So when she murdered, she can legally... I don't know why you do that, though. Be all like, aha, if I spirit channel someone who coincidentally looks exactly like me, and then murder someone, then I can get away with saying that I didn't do it without what, perjuring yourself? But, like, they'll have evidence that you did it anyway? I don't... No. Maybe, I don't know. You can only channel dead... Yes. It is established that you can only channel dead people. But I guess someone could be in a death-like state. I guess you could, like, throw yourself into a coma and then, like, spirit walk and then be channeled, maybe? Like, yes. As per rules, you can only channel a dead person. But there's always loopholes to rules, you know? You always make up some BS, you know, in the writer's room, and then later on you're like, well, we didn't say you couldn't do it this way, you know? And remember, people, there's no bad writing, just unjustified reasons. Or badly justified reasons. Okay, so there's bad writing. There's no out-of-character writing, just badly justified reasons. There we go. I see. Iris, it is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I've been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. Hey, it's the Canadian judge. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Yeah, where's Godot? Defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I'm ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant... Oh, no! No! Where's Godot? Damn it. She knows who I am. This ain't good. This ain't good for us. I honestly, quite honestly, did not expect to see her here. But pseudo-sibling fight time. The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma? Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma, that is all. Yeah, von Karma was absolutely not. Where's Godot? Does that mean we're not gonna get Godot at all this case? Damn. Alright. Legends are a thing. Yep. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purpose of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before, or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. Yeah, it's not gonna say without counting coffees. Like... Unless she gets shot again. You're right. You're right. But Godot could come back if Von Karma gets shot again. I believe you're imagining things, Your Honor. Ah, yes. Good, Edgeworth. Gaslight. The first tool in your standard arsenal. Gaslighting the opposition. That is like his go-to move, let's be real. Edgeworth is gaslight. Let's see. Edgeworth is gaslight. Von Karma's girl boss, so I guess Godot is gatekeep. Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't, but I'm sure once before. Oof. Told you there is no such weakling. What is a whip? I'm not sure I can care for such a thing in my courtroom. Yeah, like yeah, no. He needs to learn to gaslight just a little bit less. I feel like in a legal case, he should not be allowed to get away with as much gaslighting as he does. But like, all right.
Hold it.
I have no objection to the whip. Dude, the judge being the first, you know, the other judge is all like whips. Oh no, I can't. You know, Von Karma, you can do what you want. The Canadian judge is like, hey, we can't do that in my court, eh? And Edgeworth is just like, nah, whips are cool. We should keep the whip. I mean, part of it is the solidarity. It's got to be, you know. First of all, yes, Edgy likes the whip, but second of all, it's got to be, you know, the sibling rivalry. Like they're fighting each other, but Judge, you're not a part of this, okay? Like Edgeworth is like, hey, you can't just whip me, Von Karma. And the judge is like, yeah, you can't just whip him. And Edge's like, no, Judge, you stay out of this. She can use the whip if she wants. Ah, siblings. It's also because she is covering for him, I suppose. Also, like, all right, you're covering for me, you know, saying that I'm not a prosecutor, letting you know, so you know, I'll let the whip slide. Equating the whip with coffee. The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there's still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. I don't think the whip equals 17 cups of coffee. Though, to be fair, it does get close when Godot does throw the cups of coffee at Phoenix's face. Actually, in that regard, is the coffee worse? Which has the potential of more serious damage? A scalding hot cup of coffee to the face, or a whip? I have never been hit by either. Hey, Mari. Oh, so Phoenix is in the hospital right now. So, you remember that rickety bridge that I kept saying was dangerous? Well, there was a murder, and Maya was on the other side of the bridge doing her training at the inner temple area, and Phoenix was like, oh no, what if Maya's in trouble? So he tried crossing the bridge while it was on fire, and of course the bridge did not hold. So, you know, he's in the hospital. Honestly, I don't think that was a good choice on his part. Yeah. There's still only one truth. Yeah. Yeah, no one wants third-degree coffee burns. Yeah, the coffee probably is the worst one, let's be fair. I just know that whips are, like, really powerful, so, like, I don't think the third-degree coffee burn is better than a whip. I just think that the whip has, like, potential. Like, it's probably like, okay, so to put it in TTRPG terms, the coffee does more damage, but the whip has a much higher crit chance, you know? Or not TTRPG, you know, RPG, you know, terms, you know? Like, I don't think the whip is, like, guaranteed to be worse than the coffee, but, like, the whip could, like, seriously fuck something, you know? Coffee does have a dot. You're right. The coffee does have a dot, Mari. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The whip can absolutely cut, you know, cut you. But, like, it's still just a single cut versus third-degree burns all over your face. Now, where that cut is, though, it's a serious enough cut that, depending on where that cut hits, could be, I think, worse than the third-degree burn. Could be. We'll just have to, like, test it and find out. Do I have volunteers? Fair. I don't know what the distance is between them, and that doesn't exactly... but yeah. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. You did? Why did you... Do you expect that Phoenix is the only one who defends in this courtroom? Like, okay, so did someone call you saying Phoenix is defending? In which case, who was it and why did they lie? But if they didn't, you were called in specially and just told to defend this case. You just assumed Phoenix was going to be defending? Okay, you know what? Whatever. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Yeah. This is the metaphorical, finally, we can punch our sibling moment. They're gonna go all out. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. See, you brought your flair for the histrionic. Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Oh, the stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Lisa Nim. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. Court accepts this photo of the crime scene. Crime photo? Okay. There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there's a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. Ah, yes, Sister Bikini. So it begins. My first and last trial as defense attorney. So far. Okay, y'all. We've had people up to the stand who needed like a stepladder or something, and we didn't just walk them in without providing it first. Come on. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on there. I'm not sure about being not sure. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. I'm not sure. Okay. So you think you care about the whip, I think is what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the fact that she can't see over the... Yeah, can we get like a phone? Honestly, I think that's the better way the judge is going. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. Okay, yeah. Honest, can you... If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain plagued witness. Oh yeah, she's hunched over because of the back pain, yeah. I remember that now. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name, your occupation, please. Little me, well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. We're gonna make that joke literally every time we talk to a new person. The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once. Yeah, Judge, focus. Come on. Focus on the case. Come on. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let's hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So, I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. Actually, to be fair, this is a little bit... The Canadian judge is slightly less distractible. The Canadian judge is actually kind of competent. And like, seems to understand that you can't just bring a whip into the courtroom. Why don't we have Canadian judge more often? So it's simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. Sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. You're not about to fall at the first hurdle now, are you, Miss Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. The murder. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but... Okay, no, that's fair. The other judge does lack object permanence. This judge has proven he doesn't lack object permanence. Because he took one look at Edgeworth and was like, you look like someone I saw about 6 years ago. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let's look at this. Okay, so I gotta reacquaint myself a little bit with a few of these just to make sure. Okay, so got staff with the orb. What's the difference between? Do we see the staff in this picture at all? No, we do not. We do not have. The orb was stolen. I did notice that. It was pure amethyst or something? Like a freaking solid ball of amethyst somehow. Not somehow, but like, jeez. Okay,
Hold it!
Describe it. Crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true. There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify how good this witness is. Okay, okay. Did I have a testimony saying? Iris's testimony. Yeah, okay. That's probably what I've got to poke through.
Hold it!
It's not. It's, if you know, yeah. I know it's not, like, impossible to get one that big. It's more like, why would you, like, how, no, wrong photo. No, see that's supposed to be solid amethyst. That orb right there, you know? Like, yes, it's possible. I know amethyst can grow that, but yeah, expensive as hell is what I'm saying. Expensive as hell. Yeah. That is... yeah. I know it's possible. It's just like, girl, on what budget did you get that? You left Iris to help. With what? What do you think? The Acolyte's training, of course. Okay, you're right. She is living her truth. God forbid women do anything, you know? It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercises proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, my job is simply to watch over the Acolytes so that they don't pass away. Oof. Just from this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct? Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions. Witness have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. A woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No. She's a defendant or a witness. Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. Well, all people lie. That is my belief. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Honestly, hell yeah. Big wizard staff with bonkable giant crystal. Yeah. I've got, okay, so I got from Spirit Halloween a while back, a, like, wizard staff, and it's got, like, a glass orb on the top of it. filled with like water and like purple sparkles. But it's not the same. It's just not the same. Yeah, I tried to look at whipped. Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie, which means we must call your memory into question. Dear, dear, dear. You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you? Well, that isn't exactly what I... My memory's perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. No, but it got your foot in the door. Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony, and let us return to the cross-examination. Okay, one moment. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. Oh, the body fell after death? Jeez, okay, so... After death? That doesn't make sense. Whatever. We'll figure it out eventually. Okay, so... Okay, so I guess we'll point out the hood, because it says received before the lights out bell, which was at 10 p.m. I don't think I need to chain multiple things together to make this the relevant piece of evidence.
Objection!
Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon warning hood, correct? Of course, that is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Well, I would like to point out that I doubt there were only the 2 copies of it on that mountain. So, like, just because she gave one away doesn't mean that she couldn't have had another one, you know? Just for the record. But hey, you know what? I'm not here to poke holes in my own defense. It's a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute. Objection! Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it? Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? The witness had seen the defendant as she claims. Then the Iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Well, sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh? Each one is only given 1 hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. Then this is quite strange. Okay, well, if there's a surplus, but Iris should have only had 1, it doesn't... Okay, again, my defense, I shouldn't be the one doing this. If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradiction here. Sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away with that. You won't get away with that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath, on your way back to the inner temple. Seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. I just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. Ugh. Edgeworth was... okay. After my bath. I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look, and Iris was... oh, my mystic Elise. And with that sword of all things... oh, mystic Elise? She wasn't a mystic, she was a writer. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room which faces out on the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. Saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth into in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name, can't you do something about that habit of yours? Did she call her father Manfred von Karma? I finished my bath round. Okay, I'm gonna be pressing about the...
Hold it!
It's the second time that the witness has testified to seeing the defendant, but some doubt remains in these claims. Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to... The murderer who stabbed the victim with the sword. Sister Bikini, try to recall exactly who it was you saw as clearly as you can. Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Oh, now that you mention it, there was something awfully strange about her. Something that has been bugging me all this time. Please, don't keep us in suspense. Her hood. Her hood. That's right. It's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing her hood. Okay. Thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right? Ugh. Ah. You've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth. I mean, technically it is important. Can I just claim it's not important? It's only going to tear the wound open further. These statements are as useless as the investigation of a certain detective. There is no need to record them. Very well, please continue with your testimony. But you see, the autopsy report, as I was baffling at, says that stabbed, then fell.
Objection!
Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say anyway. Please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. That's right. It says after death right here. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. The defendant stabbed and killed the victim here in the courtyard. How did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room, don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room, and she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Denim's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a bloodstain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Nope, it's just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. Damn. She is cutting the, yeah, I wasn't reading, damn. I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this. As I'm sure Your Honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood, when it produces the most, very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed. With the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. That's true, with the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. Perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Must admit that this is a probable version of events. I expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need clear testimony from the witness. And... bye-bye, bot. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Why is she down there again? Witness, please remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. Weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. Give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. Can you do that, girl? I mean, like, does that count as, like, bribing the witness or something? Oh boy, alright, alright. Further details. When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Miss Declease. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? Hydration. Yeah, the hydration's on a cooldown, so that's what it must have meant, is that two y'all were trying to redeem at the same time, maybe? Homophobic website. Yeah, fair. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? When I woke, Mystic Ami was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska Von Karma, and I'm here to teach you just that. You know, hey, wait a second. Edgeworth and Von Karma both flew into the country special for this case. Like, there's gotta be something wrong with that. Like, legally speaking, technically they do not work in this country anymore. Like, what is the legality of a case between, I don't know where Edgeworth currently is, but let's say Japan, just because, why not? What's the legality of a Japanese prosecutor defending a case opposite a German prosecutor with a Canadian judge presiding? If it's in America, and they're all American, sure, but, like, only the Canadian judge is American. Hydrate machine broke. Ah, fair. Huh. I don't know. I don't see it how y'all see it, so I wouldn't know. Especially because, technically speaking, I break the rules. Hey, wait a second. Well, what do you mean add a new emote is new? I don't remember having that. Maybe I did add that. Whatever. Yeah, I break the rules because I have infinite skills and everything. I wonder if I can. I wonder if I can. Let's see. Nope. Yep. It's on cooldown. Oh, but it does show me the cooldown timer. Shit. Have you been able to see the timer the entire time? Cool. I can see the timer. I know exactly how long until it's off cooldown. Oh, but Evelyn could see the timer? Damn. Alright. Honestly, I don't really use channel points for on other people's channels. Like, I have thousands and thousands of points on so many people's channels that I'm just never going to use. Honestly, one of these days, I'm going to drop into LAN server, or LAN stream, not server, well, into LAN stream, and just make bot meow, like, every 5 minutes for, like, an hour. Or nya, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. PC versus mobile, probably that probably is the difference. When I looked across the sea, so I'm starting to play this. Think carefully, it's very important. It's Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mr. Cleese's body. Might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in a room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miss Miles Edgeworth. Ha. By Mystic Ami, you're referring to the golden statue, correct? Just stabbing someone with the Shishishito sacred treasure is terrible enough, but to then make Mystic Ami hold the blade? Truly a heinous, despicable crime. It is easy to despise someone, anyone can do it. However, there is something that cannot be done so easily. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's doubly hard for you. Anyway, what is the problem? Exactly why would the killer set up this gruesome scene? Can anyone explain the reasoning behind that? No, I don't think I can. There isn't always a logical reason behind why someone acts. It's true, so true. In early spring, for example, I often find myself... Isn't always... That phrase might come in handy someday. There are too many unnatural elements in this case. Why was it necessary to use the Shishito from the Ami statue as a weapon? Why was the weapon ultimately placed back in the hand of the statue? If I can expose the flaws in this testimony, perhaps then I will begin to find the truth. So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right. Some of it had splattered onto Iris, too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothing were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press further. Yeah. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw a little blood when the victim was stabbed, but now you say you saw the victim bleeding? Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What I saw is what I saw. Okay, sure. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like it came out. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? More important than you can imagine. What do you mean? She wasn't... Smoothly, you say. You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out? That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mystic Ami. Mystic Elise was on the ground and an Iris was stooped over her. The sword is buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. Slid out from that gaping wound. It goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? Can't help but feel that something about this testimony is very out of place. Something which couldn't possibly have happened. Appears to have happened. Saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly... I mean... the blood doesn't go all the way up to the hilt, though, so...
Objection!
There. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here. Well, what do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both these are complete impossibilities. Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble? I, too, may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep should I so choose. Objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit. Judge, isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed in the body up to the hilt, well... yeah. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. But that's... We also have the problem with the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than a conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the Shishido. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. May. I'm not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction. You've still got more? This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? So if this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No. Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence? All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. But what does this all mean? You've proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is, the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shishido. What? A foolishly foolish idea, born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy, foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think that this sword was the murder weapon? Blood, fingerprints, witness. Oh, and that. Yeah, the fact that we did in fact find it in her back. It's because Mystic Ami was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that Shishishito was the murder weapon. So maybe the Shishishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? Goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area, off the cliff. Perhaps the prosecution will land us as to if a sword-like object was found, thrown off the cliff. That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. Trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? Just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there. What exactly are going on about here? Murder weapon, I mean, maybe... I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. What? Well then, I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Possible. Okay, well then maybe it's at the inner temple if it's not off the cliff. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? Saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River. Okay, into the river. Called it. That's not where it went, probably, but that's where, you know, it's the obvious choice. Maybe threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She could drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. I'm not in the best of shape. With my back and my age, you know. What? There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Was there? Here's a photograph. Sure. I definitely didn't see those, but sure. Snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. Trucks began in the front of Hazakura Temple and ran all the way to Dusky Bridge. Solves your pesky little problem, yes? Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Fair. Well, yeah, well, where's the... Did she, like, physically pick up the snowmobile, turn it around, drive out to the cliff, then, when she got there, physically turn around and, like, drive back exactly on the same tracks that she, you know, drove there on? I don't know, yeah, you know what? I admit this photograph proves something. Proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. Ah, you're right. You're forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. Tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. Then why weren't the tracks back removed? This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? I see. Well, give me a second. Weather report, weather data. So, with occasional lightning strikes, snow 7 to 10:50 p.m. Struck dusk. Snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in our theory? Sure. Tracks should recover by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain? Why is there rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction? Take that, Von Karma. Fuck you. No need. The evidence will do all of the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Evidence. Evidence. Okay. 10 to 11. Then why isn't the body covered in snow?
Take that!
Ultimate comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception, and that is the victim herself, Miss Lisa Nim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph there should be two sets of straps. It's like her shoes? Order, just what are you... just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. They did something for some amount of time. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because these tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Really? Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Huh. Which can only mean that night, Iris used a snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. Should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. Snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. Sounds right. But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near the Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But that isn't possible. What does this all mean? So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then this witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. Yeah, honestly. Think we've learned all we can from this witness? Yes, I have nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. Witness, huh? Is there no one out walking, perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? Oh, hey, do we get to talk to Larry? It's cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do. Well, no. He was an idiot. Let's be fair. Don't give him that out. He is an idiot. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have been wandering out on this subarctic night. Yeah. Your Honor, actually, just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really? No, someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are 2 things about him that do come to mind, which are, first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder, and the second being, this individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Yeah, Larry is our kind of idiot. When he is not the one being accused of murder, he does have some very interesting testimonies. Profiles. Larry.
Take that!
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de Ladoc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. Oof. Okay, we know the judge is not from Quebec. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Denim. Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him, although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. You know, no offense, Edgeworth, but you are coming at this a little too prosecutorially. Like, you know, you can't just... Yeah, alright. I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well, Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. Court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Alright, February 9th, 11:15 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night, you really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well, the second thing then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night, were you the one who used the snowmobile? There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, posture check. Fair. Fair. I shrimp. I know. Alright, I think what it is that she channeled Dahlia. Or someone, at least. I can't tell you about that yet. Not until her safety is confirmed. Her? Safety of the Acolyte. The She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Denim? No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. As I thought, no psych locks. Very well. It is my job to get the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. February 9th, 11:36 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 7. Oof. 1 second. I'm sorry. Something. Where's my... There. Alright, back. Sorry about that. It's Labor Day. Yeah. We celebrate we celebrate the working class by making the working class work more. I mean, you know, office workers are also working class. It's not that the entire working class has to work more. It's just that, yeah. Well, yeah. All right. court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the I'm on controller now also. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. Oof. Can only presume. Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Loristanim, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Oh. Sketch is in contempt of this court. I didn't... Hey, I was just artistically... Ow. You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. Well, only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian. No. If you're an artist, you gotta know that green and viridian are two different colors, you know? Just cause, I mean, well, okay, actually, you know what? Viridian is a kind of green, so I guess if you were specifically painting it with viridian and not just generically any green, then yeah, I guess you could say you are a green, but then, you know, well, technically it's fine, whatever. Okay, this is an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields. Presumably meant to say field work, I hope. But that's it. Thanks, buddy. Kinda sad that I was able to understand this mangled train wreck of a sentence. Just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. That's not... I don't... Ow. Oof. Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. What? This is too much for me. Oof, oof, oof. Ugh. At the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. Didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. I'm just a poor boy. Nobody loves me. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Moving on. Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. I don't think he's quite there yet. A little bit longer, and then she'll be happy to start estrogen. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Wow. Egg much? Focus, calm down. Well then, let's proceed with the cross-examination with no touching, thank you. Honestly, Larry's totally in like the, like... Okay, so this was like, what, 2006, 2007, maybe? Was when this game came out originally? If this had come out today, Larry would be in a he-they questioning things, and trying things out a little bit, but totally not trans phase, and a few years out from well, a couple years out from starting estrogen. You're right. There is a certain level of self-reflection that Larry has yet to demonstrate, and that's why Larry is still a few years out from from transition. Just give her some time. We can delve into other details at a later time. Huh. Oh, yeah. You saw the stars through the snow, buddy? Whatever's the matter, Miss Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay in my whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. Did we really just threaten him and him go, alright, you're right, let's see. I said I could see, I was looking at the stars while it was snowing, so I was clearly alive on my part. Like... Ugh. Damn Twitch. And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See, you could do it for your... You can do it if you try. There's only one issue there. Well, you saw Dusky Bridge.
Hold it!
A number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet. Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? Is this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack? Using this blackmail. The blackmail? No. That was simply a product of... Huffy puffy, loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering and whiny wuss of a witness. Ooh, she's really getting into the other tongue twister of sentences besides just calling every form of fool, you know. So what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. Yeah, huffy puffy, loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering and whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see... Being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all.
Hold it!
Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey, no need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up. What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me. Seems like I need to start from a more obvious contradiction. Okay, that we do know is false. Dusky, Dusty, Dostoevsky. Wow. That is ADHD right there. You didn't meet anyone? That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now. It appears that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. Slice through. Do I have the fire?
Objection!
Hey, it does though. It does contradict the data. We have data showing that the lightning struck the bridge and it caught on fire, and he says he didn't see anything? Oh, anyone, not anything. Well, we know one person was at the bridge that night. Yeah.
Objection!
There, Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry, but having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. What? You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let's talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. Yeah? That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do, then? Estrogen. Larry, what do you need to change to your inner self? But for now, estrogen. What you saw that night. Testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Let's see. Not sure this will go especially well. Ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? What would trans femme Larry's name be? Went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. Bro. Looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. Totally burnt out, like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. Yeah, Von Karma. We didn't mention the reason why I'm here is because Phoenix took a tumble off a cliff and survived with just a cold. He's in the hospital, but he's fine. It's just a cold.
Hold it!
Said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes. I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on, well, it pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk? How did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more? Yeah, let's just go call him. Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Yeah, okay, my reason. Isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? Okay. What's the weather data? I mean, approximately 11. They struck bridge at 10:45 and 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. I don't know.
Objection!
Less than a minute, but then Edge. I don't know. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. Saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. The weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning, you probably got there at around 11 p.m. Well, 10:45. Or 10:50, sorry. Started at 10:45, about 5 minutes, yeah. Sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at the Dusky Bridge at that time. Excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry. I'm Larry Stamin. Fair. Okay, you know what? It has not been proved that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your foot in there, Miss Francisca Von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been there at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. I mean, mostly, that's still on fire though. Like, let's be fair. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth now then. What happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback? Oof. Guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me. Ow. So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there was a phone right next to it? Why? Then did you not report the incident? Yes, witness. Why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burned out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry you're talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Larry, did you accidentally light the bridge on fire? Was it you who accidentally lit the bridge? Was it not lightning? Are we only... Larry. Edgy, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. Oh. Ah. Then say it. Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? I'm a denim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized the flames had gone out, and then he came running up. Suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Clearly the truth from the sound of it. Not all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. What would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. Yeah? So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. Hmm? You'll regret this, Edgy. Oof. Will I? I'm a denim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge? Oh, yeah. Show me the sketch. Sketching. Burning bridge? Burning bridge and everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? Look, ow. Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ooh. Yeah, let's look at the sketch. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Well, imagine what? That Aristodemus debut would take place here today like this? I didn't imagine that it would, I guess. Yeah. Show it, now. Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Laura. Oh, who's that on fire, jumping off the bridge? Or flying above the bridge? No, jumping off. Fly, jump, fly, jump, fly, jump. Jumping off, yeah. Yeah. Eh. Oh well. Well. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes, well... It's a brighter drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. It's gonna get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry, what? The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate-looking figure? Ah, you spotted that? I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris. Wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? What the fuck are you on about, Larry? Larry, please answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames. Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Are you, high? The girl, she's really high up in this picture. Are you high? Oh, she's really high up. Yeah, yeah. What was that for? It's all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. Von Karma, the only one who believes in the mystical and supernatural as being a potential thing in these cases. Because if you remember back in the previous game when she was prosecuting regularly, she's the only one who was like, yeah, magic's real, and you know, I can prove it because look over there, your little friend, your assistant, she's totally like, you know, not who she normally is, and they're just like, she does look different. And Mia was all like, shit, she knows. She's actually paid attention and can see that I'm not a 9-year-old girl right now. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She's about 30 feet above the bridge at least. It was really something to see. Finally, we're going to prove mysticism in a court of law. Technically, we already did prove mysticism in a court of law last game. And then we've... and it was barely a footnote in the case, honestly. But 30 feet above the bridge, at least, it was really something to see. That has to have been some kind of a mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? No. Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Karma's having a field day with that. Would you expose the obvious contradictions here? Yes, Your Honor. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. Give you a whole $1 that it's the truth. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ugh. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. Drool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course. A rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. It seems like there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Yeah. Honestly, I can't wait to get to the point in, like, Phoenix Wright 12 where we've proven mysticism is absolutely provably real in a court of law, like a dozen times at this point, and we still walk into court and people go, magic? That's not real. Larry, it's something you need to be aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She'd given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why did Nick have Iris's hood? What? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Nothing. You Nick, you dog. Well, the present is also like low key sci-fi. Oof, that's cuz like cuz yeah, there's sci-fi shit also going on. It's mostly fantasy, you're right. But the line between sci-fi and fantasy is so arbitrary. Fantasy win elves, sci-fi win robots, basically, you know? But like, if we get into it, there are fantasies that have technology and sci-fis that have magic, you know? Yeah, we already had scouters. We've already had like the same low key level of like mysticism that is in Phoenix, right? We also have that same low level of like future technology, you know? Yeah, honestly, the difference between fantasy and sci-fi, when you get down to it, should be more about the structure. But that's not how it's commonly used, you know? Not always. So you're right. I think fantasy is about fantasticalness, you know? Like, I think a classic fantasy story should not be about the setting per se, but that it is a story of the fantastical, you know? And you can have sci-fi stories of the fantastical, you know? Whereas is like sci-fi is like speculative fiction, you know? It's like it is something that could be real, but definitively isn't because of these few details in it, you know? But like these details aren't so far off of reality to make you like, oh, that's bullshit. But like, I guess given a little bit of time, we could have, you know, if things had worked out slightly differently, you know. The Locked Tomb is fantasy. Honestly, the Locked Tomb is fantasy. It's got like sci-fi and it's got, you know, technology in it, but it's more fantasy. But I will say, if we are not being purist on like fantasy is its like first listing. If we're not being purist on categories, it's fantasy sci-fi, you know? Um The Locked Tomb is like 60% fantasy, 40% sci-fi. It's not really a space opera. I wouldn't call it a space opera. No, cuz space opera is so like its setting gives big space opera vibes. The Locked Tomb gives big space opera vibes settings wise, but narratively it's not a space opera. Narratively it just doesn't have the space opera like aspects to it when you're actually reading through it, you know? Like if you strip out the like background shit that's happening and just talk about the narrative, it's not really a space opera, you know? That this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded straight into the garbage. Huh. What is it now, witness? Feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you. What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I'd have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge, and I, Luristenim, shall prove it. Okay. Didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in the sketch. and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain. Yeah, he's in pain. Yeah. Yeah, you've been serving a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere. Oh, fucking Christ. We found the orb. It's got blood on it, and it's nowhere near where it should be. Half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. Crystal sphere? This one. That sphere, where did you find it? Right there. Cool. Let me see, around here somewhere. Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow, and it's got blood on it. It had pretty much stopped snowing by then, but there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. Court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. It's not yours, Larry. There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood. What? Blood? Yep. You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll call me Master Larry. Nope. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Did anyone want to be called Larice Denim only a few minutes ago? Larice. That's like almost Larice. What's the name? What's that name that's very close to that? Larice? Laros? Whatever. When I reached yeah. Where is that photo? There it is, photo of Elise.
Objection!
Larry, that night there was someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who was this stupid idiot? The victim, Miss Elise Denim, the mentor to a stupid idiot. Clarice! That's the name I've been thinking of, yes. Do you think Trans Femme Larry will change her name to Clarice? Clarice Butts. There's almost a joke in that, I think. Which means it's possible. The victim. I have a photo of her here. And Laura Butts. Fair. I don't know. I feel like she would change it to still be like this is still the Phoenix Wright reality, and I feel like anyone who transes their gender still has to make their name like ironic in some way, you know? In that previous case with Glenn Elg, if Glenn Elg were to transition, she would have to still keep her name a palindrome. So either change first and last name, or only change the N. Like Glee Elg, Glau Elg, or something, you know? Yeah. Under her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey. It's my photograph. Give it back. Ow. crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. Not that big. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff, found at the scene of the crime. Ah! The crystal sphere, it's gone. What? God. Larry just went through like every emotion just there. What does this mean? Let's see. If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Denim. A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that, I saw it with my own eyes. And this crystal sphere. This is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miss Miles Edgeworth. Elise Denim was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case, that is all. How can... Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? Because you're a scatterbrain and a clown. The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case? That crystal sphere was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There's blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. Are you now pointing the finger at Larry? God, we cannot keep accusing Larry of these things. What? You mean I'm the killer? No. All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear under the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Denim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Recess? Response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on this disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the victim, then this witness, who you called, will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was... Yes... Yeah, I don't know. It's got blood on it, right? That's gotta prove, right? Let me prove something to you. I'll prove that this crystal sphere is vital link to solving this case. You will? That look in your eyes, you remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come as no surprise, because right now I am Phoenix Wright and I am indeed cornered. How do you present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth? The crystal ball, so it has blood on it, right? I mean, that's its own evidence, right? This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I need to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. snowing. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? I failed successfully. Okay, we're good. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge, and there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What could that have been? The sphere, there is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool, and what part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. It's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. Yeah, with blood loss, we know, blade's movement, you know. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. You're forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Lisa Nim's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all the way? Snowmobile. Made it this far, the only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of events is also perfectly plausible. Practically plausible in every way. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried. Shit. I don't have the snowmobile as a thing, do I? No, of course, the photo, duh. Tracks photo. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could have been used to carry a body. True. This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? Heh. You're too late, Franziska Von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. You have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, Elise Nim, really killed? If her body is removed, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy. Thank you. That settles it then. Cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Ah, haha. One more chance. I swear something popped in my head, and I can't the thread's just not there. No, just as I thought. Franziska Von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me, there was one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it on to right. Really? That's what this was all about? Could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't... ouch. Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame, Francie. This is all your fault. Such a terrible... Ooh. I demand satisfaction. Alright, Larry's dead. Larry's been to shreds, you say? I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the question it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Alright. Alright. Let's get investigating. Also, are we back to Phoenix? Hottie Clinic, Intensive Care Unit. Oh, shit. Okay, so. There were pictures like this at the beginning and end of the previous trial, okay? So, the trial of Larry Falls, where Mia first encountered Dahlia. He was studying up on the case files while in the hospital room while Edgeworth was doing investigating. That's how it all fits in. That's how it all fits together, you know? So now we, the player, in Phoenix's position, have all of Phoenix has all of the knowledge that we, the player, have now, canonically. Like, now he does. That's pretty good, actually. Trial records of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor Mia Fey had ever handled in a court of law. The horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I have read, I don't want to believe. What is written here, this isn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head is on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable, Larry. But I know that he will be able to help me with him somehow. Oh good, Edgeworth isn't just gone entirely. Edgeworth is going to be this case's Maya. Cool. Right. Are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face. Or maybe Viridian and artists speak. Different colors. Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit. How's your temperature now? Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. Right, nothing to worry about. Ugh. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Shishishido does not deliver the deadly blow. Which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. Another sword, huh? Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself or I'll eat my coat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. Heh. That is probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is our client's background, naturally. Well, you mean Iris, sir? I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation, one way or the other. And since I probably won't be getting that from you, I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, right? Take care. He recognized her. Guess I should get moving too. Why? Do you need to be somewhere? Yeah, I've got to get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side. Ah, that's right. Maya's still stuck over at the inner temple. But don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know. Thank you, Gumshoe. Cough, 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 cough. Cough. No problem, pal. Just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off. Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out, I promise. But in the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence. Oh, please, it's for art's sake, I swear. There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. Talking about the heroine here, the heroine in my book, it'll make you famous. Huh? Enough. A fool's fool who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool's fool. Jesus, Von Karma. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Huh? Me? Wait a second. Ow. Your reflexes and mine need to shape up. My brain's frying like a sunny side up, and you want to grill me over a name? Franzi, you can't do that. Even as you speak, Nick's on the brink of death, or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse, isn't that one of your American sayings? No, it's not, and I'm not on the brink of anything. Yeah, don't beat a dead horse. Come on. Come on, Nick. Tell her, would you? Tell her she needs to model for my new picture book, Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip. Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip? The new children's book, Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip. Before you ask me to model, learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony. Before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling you the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew, I'm telling you. Whoosh! Just like that dude with the red underwear. Superman? Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologize. Sigh. Off he goes. It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix Wright. Oh, cool. We're talking to Von Karma. Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right. Well, real quickly, let me, maybe the court will tell me where... Foreign judicial systems... Yeah. Yeah, doesn't say where he was. That's right, expending my perfect win record, naturally. Oh, joy. Sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. Gave a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Franziska was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Her father was the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years, but now he's gone from this world. Is he dead? Like, he got arrested. He's in jail. Is he dead though? Yeah. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me. Because of what happened to your father? Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me, as this I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Yes, Crystal. In truth, I was shocked. Came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Edgeworth, come to think of it... Wait a second! 19, 26. 19, 26. 19, 26. Big sister, little brother. I don't think she understands how this works. Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. As Edgeworth told me, very interesting. To be fair, I suppose when I want to say 6, 7, 8. They were in grade school when it happened. It was. Give me a second. Was the DS9? No, DS9's the space station. DL9 incident. Oh, I cannot spell. Incident phonics right. How many years before was it? Fair. DL6. Thank you. DLC, because it was SL9 was the all right, roughly 2000. Let's see, instant murder. How many years before? 15 years later. Okay, so when Edgeworth started, was taken in by Von Karma. Edgeworth was... Edgeworth was 11, and Von Karma was... Sorry, wait, I have to calculate for the timer also. That was the first game, which was 2 years ago. So... Edgeworth was 9, and Von Karma was 2. I don't I would say she had a leg to stand on if Edgeworth started living with her when she was already like a teen or something. Like even if Edgeworth was older than her, if she'd spent like most of her childhood without Edgeworth, I could, little brother, sure, but like Edgeworth was there her entire childhood. I have younger sisters only, but one of them is I'm the tallest, so you're right. I would also call my sister's little sister if they were older than me but shorter than me. But I only have younger sisters and shorter sisters, so it's kind of a moot point. Hey, Nixie. Yeah, we're Francisca's here, surprisingly. We were not expecting to see her at all, but hey, she's here. Hey. Mauser, yeah, she just called. Wait, Mauser just told me something very interesting, He said this case has a special significance to you, because it does, and that's precisely why I'm here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better. It's probably the fever, but she's so openly hostile that it's almost kind of cute. Ow! No smirking. No whipping the foolish fool doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth, make no mistakes, Phoenix, right? I came here for one thing and one thing only, to pulverize you. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some cold killer X, Alright, sorry. No, okay, so maybe it was on this one. Damn it. I swear Yeah, there. I'm just blind. Yeah. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. We did the math. She was like a baby when Edgeworth was adopted by Von Karma. But yeah. Oh, good luck with the stream. Just about to leave. What you playing? Or is you finished with the stuff? What one you're? I know you ran a poll. What one? What you playing? But yeah. Psychonauts! So that's cool, yeah. I never played the second one, and I never beat the first one. I don't think I ever finished the first one. Did I ever finish the first one? I don't know. Ah well. I should play Psychonauts someday. Or just watch you play it. No, because you and I stream pretty... Our streams overlap in times enough to where I'd never get to watch through the entire game. Yeah, Twisted freaking Psycho... It's really... Yeah. Really twisted and freaky. The whole thing. Yes, every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it very interesting to read, you know? Attempting to cross a burning bridge. Did you even consider the dangers? Yeah. No. The only thought in my mind was, I have to get across. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks. Bye! Thanks for stopping in. Hope you enjoyed seeing Von Karma. We are all pleasantly surprised over here, yeah. Maya, she's gonna be okay, I just know it. Yeah. Did you see that, animatic? Someone, like... There was, like, an animation with that had, like, some people voice acting. Yeah, yeah. That, honestly, best Phoenix Wright fan content I have ever seen. Yeah. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night. Alright. Time to... Well, let me actually examine the freaking bike. That was one long sigh. Sister Bikini. My. I didn't know you were here. How are you doing? You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise. Now that I think about it, there's an acolyte stuck at the Inner Temple. And that poor little girl has gone missing too. That little girl. You don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do. She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearls, she's missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least I was until this morning. I didn't see any psych locks, so she must be telling the truth. So why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know, the artist who testified after me? I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. Felt like I might start flying myself. When I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand. I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble and nothing else. If both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that could only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the Inner Temple, is that correct? That's right, I'm sure it was Iris. But Iris claims she was in her room in Hazakura Temple. I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night. But because you did, Maya is stuck all by herself at the inner temple. I'm so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter is especially bad. I'll bet the training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second. Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. Earthquakes? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall. Hope that's not soon. Gotta get Maya out of there fast. But still, there's really no need to worry. That area that on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island, how so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the inner temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest. I see. Well, or the mountain. So, criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. As long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. Means Maya could be stuck over there with a murderer and with no way to escape either. Oh dear. Yes, I suppose it does. Please Gumshoe, get that bridge up faster. I'm curious about a few things if you don't mind answering some questions. Oh, do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something? No, we don't. No? I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise Denim. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size. Oh, come on, girl. Why can't we go, like, one case without stuff like this? No, I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My, you make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Right? Mystic... yeah, why are we trusting Gumshoe with this? I don't know. But, we are. I think it's some sort of like, I think it's some sort of like, to keep him busy kind of task. Like, the real detectives are working here, honey. Why don't you go and try and fix the bridge, okay? Like, not any like, we've got our best man on the job kind of deal, but more of a, the real police are working, okay? We need to give him something to distract him with. Ooh. Shiny carpentry tools. Ooh, you want to play with these? Do that over there. Miss Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There, you did it again, Sister Bikini. I notice you always refer to Miss Devino as Mystic Elise. Oh, yes. Now, why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. Well, we address all our visitors as mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. There we go. Alright, fair. Thanks, Mari. Honestly, I could throw that together. I might throw that together later in Photoshop. But yeah, no. That picture of SpongeBob, the SpongeBob meme of Patrick with the board nailed to his forehead, but with Gumshoe, absolutely tracks. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know? How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? Psych lock. How do you know? 5 locks for an age? Seems Miss Elise Denim was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's Pearls. She was with Miss Denim on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all got to be connected somehow. Oh, cool. Surprise. Elise Denim is actually a mystic, and she's been alive for thousands of years. Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess? Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together. Oh, man. My head's throbbing so bad it's killing me. Pearls, she was with Miss Denim on the night of the murder, remember? Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know? I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we'd finished eating dinner. The murder, it didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either. Come on, keep calm. There's one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repair soon. Alright, well. Let's go to the courtyard. February 9th, Hazakura Temple Courtyard. It's where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand, so maybe there are some clues that have yet to be found. Alright, well, let's... Main gate's on the other side of that stone wall. Difference in elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep the hillside is. And it's also the height of the body fell from Nope. Alright, I'm gonna presume everything's pretty much the same, but with Phoenix commentary instead of Edgeworth commentary, but probably pretty similar. Hey! What was that jarring, inconsiderately loud yell? This is where you've been keeping nice and warm, I see. Detective, the bridge, yeah, He fixed it? So fast! Wow! Surprised she's not actually dead. Her body just does that occasionally. Okay, fair. Well. Then I'll come along with you and... Sorry, ma'am, no unauthorized access. Access is restricted to people involved in the case. What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me. Well, yeah, but that's not what I... Ooh, Von Karma. It's been a while, Scruffy. It's... Miss Von Karma! Please. Yeah. Gumshoe, please. Pursue civil engineering. Serve your community. Honestly, like... Remember, he also fixed that radio that one time, or didn't he? Or something like that. Like, last game, there was that one case where, I think it was last game. Yeah. There was that one case where he did some, like, technical support for us, you know? And, like, he was actually surprisingly not bad at that. But then he went right back to the police because he proved that he was competent, and so they unfired him. God damn it, Gumshoe. Leave. Become productive. Yeah, he's a much better handyman than a cop, surprisingly. I mean... Yeah. Sister, please leave the investigation to me. Oh my. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. I'm on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to. As you work to pin the guilt on Iris. What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix, right? That hurts, you know. Silence. I, Franziska Von Karma, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me. She's not seriously going to follow me around, is she? Wait. Is Von Karma? Is she? Can I go to the Heavenly Hall real quickly? I'm going to take a detour over here first. Very nice, Heavenly Hall. Looks like no one's here. Larry! Larice! I was sure he'd be hiding here. Guess I'll try again later. Yep, that's kind of what I thought. So is Von Karma following us? And so is she our Maya for the moment? Yeah. Honestly? Gumshoe did quick work. I'm a little bit concerned that that maybe it's not the sturdiest it should be, but you know, let's all of us cross the bridge together. February 9th, Inner Temple Gate. Things have certainly become a lot more hectic than before. They must have commenced with the investigation. Oh, Mr. Nick! That voice. Pearls? Yes! Good. She's not dead. Pearls! Mr. Nick! So you were here ever since that night. I was so lonely I thought I was going to die. When I woke up in the morning and saw that dusky bridge was gone, I realized I was all alone. She was all alone? Where's Maya? It must have been very trying for you, little girl. Yeah. Let's all hold hands and, you know, cross the bridge. And honestly, we should be doing this one at a time. Like, one person crosses the bridge, and then once they're fully on the other side, the next person goes across. Like I don't necessarily trust this bridge with all of our weight at once, you know? Like, I guess I trusted a little more with Gumshoe's repairs than I did before he repaired it, but like, I still don't trust it. Must have been very trying for you, little girl. Ah, I am Francisca von Karma, the prodigy. There's no need to worry now that I'm here. You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Mystic Maya last year. Well, I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl with your whip. Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you were so mean I'll never forgive you. Looks like Pearl's words are getting under her skin. Why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything. You didn't have to. Smile lips give you away. Anyway, Pearls, weren't you with Maya? Ah, I'm sorry. It's all my fault, huh? What are you talking about, Pearls? Mystic Maya. Hey, wait, Pearls. She just ran off. Ow. It was cruel, Phoenix, right? To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable. What was that all about? Pearls acting like that is giving me the creeps. Guess I'd better take another look around this since I've finally got a chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days ago. I do see a few things to... What? And will you stop calling me by my full name like that? Was this once a prosperous port? A port? Yes, that metal hook is a mooring post for boats, you know? Oh, that's an anchor for one of the wires that is used to hold up the bridge. I think the wire that was tied to this one probably snapped when the bridge burned down. I mean, there's no way there was ever a port all the way up here. Don't get smart with me, Phoenix, right? But I didn't say anything. Oof. There's a weird smell coming from the incinerator. The door is also open, almost like it's begging me to look inside. Well, let's see what stunning clue is concealed in here, shall we? Huh? It's empty. How naive of you, Phoenix, right? But it's a bit strange, don't you think, Francisca von Karma? I seem to remember. Yeah, it was like covered in snow. There was snow on this incinerator the first time I saw it. In other words, someone's been using it to burn something recently. Listen, Phoenix, right? It's impertinent to call people by their full name. I was only copying you. That shut her up. There's a physical psych lock on the door now? What the fuck? February 9th, Inner Temple Training Hall. What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Maya, she was supposed to be in here training. Yet it appears she's nowhere to be seen. What's that? That strange lock. It wasn't there 2 days ago. This whole room is really giving off some strange vibes. It's giving off a lot of strange vibes. It's like, okay, this room has big time like escape room vibes. Like this is not a real room that should exist. This is a room that like has been fabricated in a back room somewhere for like puzzle purposes. Yeah, this room is now the inside of my subconscious. What do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix, right? It's a scroll, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually... A woman? I don't see any women here. There's a different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. No, I think it might be tea. No, it's a different atmosphere. It's a different smell. It's gravy? Oh, it's gravy. It's gravy. What's the matter? This scroll has been completely covered in gravy. Ah, yes, there is a very appetizing smell in the air, but gravy is a type of sauce. Yeah, I suppose it is. Suppose gravy is a sauce, yeah. Yeah. Really always figured it more of a... yeah, sauce. Yeah. So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute at sea. No, no one does that, for starters, I think. This must be the gravy that we had with the roast on the night of the incident. But why would anyone do this? Why this scroll? The scroll updated. Alright. This door. When I was here 2 days ago, that weird lock wasn't on it. These chains, it's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. Never seen a lock quite like this before. I have. I've seen locks and chains just like this before. They look just like the ones that guard a person's secrets behind a psych lock. Oof, thanks, Mari. And the posture check, yep. I was shrimping. Oh, and stretching? Okay, fine. I wonder if this lock is guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern. What took you so long? Godot! I missed you. I thought even you'd managed to get here faster than this, Mr. Trite. Prosecutor Godot? I didn't think you were here. Prosecutor? How come you didn't show up to the trial today? Huh. I could ask you the exact same question. Huh? But I had a cold, so I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope to ever understand. Enough. I believe I have the measure of you. You are the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial? Who's the wild mare, Trite? This is Miss Von Karma. She was the acting prosecutor in your absence today. Huh. Well, I guess I owe you one then. But you can go now. But you can go now, Princess. It's time for the big boys to take the reins. No, sorry, you lost me there. Just who do you think you are? This case is mine. Hey, Billy. No, you roll and shut your mouth. Can't stand women like you. God, Godot! Why? You were so... Oh. Godot's sexist. Oh. I'm gonna say this once, Lady Von Whippingberg. Go home. Phoenix Wright. What are you hitting me for? You deserve more cracks of the whip than that, Trite. Yep, how to lose our sympathy in 3 sentences. Godot speed ran that, honestly, like, damn. What? You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you've set something in motion that you'll never be able to undo. There's something different about Godot today. Getting such a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Any percent glitchless, yeah. Is it anger or is it sorrow? You had some important business, and that's why you weren't in court, huh? So what was it? I've told you once before. Perhaps you don't remember. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. see, Trite, I've experienced something most have not. Death. Like, are you being serious here? You died? Of course. Being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. The meticulous regeneration and adjustments of all your internal organs is, well, let's just say modern medicine allows us all to live to a ripe old age. Even someone like me. You know, there's something that, I'm realizing we didn't finish 2 cases ago. Remember the MC Hammer virus was unleashed upon the city and we just kind of forgot about that? Well, we're a defense attorney, not, you know, that's not our problem. But like, why? Does that have something to do with Godot? Does it not? Oh well. So you mean, that mask you wear is this ugly device? Promise it's not a fashion statement, my unenlightened friend. Without this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face. So it is a Geordie visor. Is it cybernetic, or is it just like... Cops seem like they had it under control. Sure. They did not. But I didn't care. I didn't know. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Still, I keep this worn-out piece of junk of a body going with regular servicing. Keep this worn-out piece of junk of a body going. Going with regular... yeah. I'm sorry, but you say you experienced death? How is that possible? What happened? Why didn't you ask him? Huh? Me? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended, and who ended it for me. Well, Phoenix Wright, do you? Okay, so I did suspect that it was Godot that we were talking about, but... so... Godot would be an amazing robot girl with some estrogen and feminist teachings, you're right. But, so, if we remember, back to the very first case of the game, Dahlia met Phoenix in the courtroom immediately after she was, so, like, she was being questioned by a defense attorney. For some reason. Don't know why. They didn't really elaborate on the why she was being questioned by a defense attorney. But that defense attorney then died from poison in his coffee. And then she met Phoenix and pawned off the little vial necklace to him to show her love, and then tried getting it back from him for like every day for a few months afterwards. And then the case murder happened, and that Phoenix was the accused for. But Dahlia, that backstory of Dahlia, you know, murdering a defense attorney by poisoning, must have been Godot. I did suspect this, but I didn't say it because there was just a vague, like, well, who else would it have been kind of idea, you know, once Godot popped onto the scene in that previous one when he was, you know, he was a defense attorney now. Well, he's a prosecutor now. Yeah, I guess that's why he became a prosecutor, because he died of poisoning and then came back to life for some reason, somehow. I don't know. There's some logical gaps here. There's admittedly some logical gaps, but I think Godot has been in some way involved in all of these cases. Came back wrong, sexist. You're right. He did come back wrong. Well, Phoenix Wright, do you? I don't know what he's talking about. Although, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I think I do know about how Godot was killed. It will all become clear in due time. Yeah, Scarlet, Godot's back! We found out he's sexist a moment ago. We don't like Godot anymore. I mean, he's easy on the eyes, but otherwise, you know? Isn't that right, Trite? Earlier you said I've done something I can never undo. Yeah, bitch-ass motherfucker. Earlier said I've done something I can never undo. Yeah, we liked him. I mean, I think he has the potential of being of redeeming himself still, but like right now, nah. He lost us all in like in like an instant, you know? What do you mean by that exactly? The inner temple here on this side of Dusky Bridge is an isolated island. That's what Sister Bikini said too. And I wonder, Trite, do you know what the police are doing here today? What do you mean? They're searching. Searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing. Missing? As leader of the search party, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Maya Fey is not on this side of Dusky Bridge. Yeah. Huh? But that's impossible. She came here that night, and I won't say it again. The chances of her being here are nil. Yeah. Excluding, of course, one very unique place. One? Where is that? The Sacred Cavern. The entrance of which we are standing at right now. It's the only place that the search party has yet to explore. So they haven't searched that cavern yet, huh? Be aware, though. The temperature inside frequently falls below freezing, even if she were in there. Chance of her being found alive are slim at best. No. Which means, Trite, you sent Maya Fey to her death. You fool! If that's the situation, why aren't you in there with a search party right now? You must have blinders on, my equestrian angel. Don't you see the big lock and chain? Equestrian angel? Don't I see the big lock? She has a whip, not a riding crop. It's a trick lock. I'm making preparations to open it as we speak. Well, Trite. Fair. Once again, a woman dies because of you. Once again? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've forgotten. It was only 2 years ago, after all, when the last unfortunate woman died because of you. Mia? Are you blaming Mia's death on me? Goddamn fucking... Because of me? And do you know who that was? It was Maya Fey's sister. That's right, Mia Fey. Mia? You killed her. No, that's not how it was. Ugh. I don't think he was calling her a horse. I think he was calling her a horse rider. He was calling her a horse girl, you know? It was 2 years ago. Mia Fey was pursuing someone, a man. But she bit off more than she could chew. She made a very dangerous enemy. Yeah, it's one case I'll never forget. But I got that guy, personally. Sure. Miss Fey's murderer was caught. That won't bring her back. Well, no, but... You were with her at the time. You and no one else. It was your responsibility. You should have protected her. You say Mia Fey was your teacher. Well, I'd say you've learned nothing, Trite. You robbed her of her life, and now... you've let her sister suffer the same fate. I haven't sentenced Maya to death, no. Yeah, first, yeah, why don't we do whatever was done to bring you back, Godot? But then also, I'm filing this whole chain of thought under his sexist tendencies. Mia and Maya have no agency in their own life because they are women, so Phoenix is the one responsible because he was the man in around at the time. That's Godot's reasoning right now. We need to acknowledge that is what Godot is rationalizing right now. That it's Phoenix's fault because Mia died investigating a crime that Phoenix was not involved in. Like, Phoenix was not on that case. Phoenix, Maya was holding evidence for a trial that she was going to be defending in a couple days, and Phoenix had no knowledge of any of it, and Maya died because of it. And here Maya wanted to do this training. Maya pushed us into coming for this training. Like, remember, Phoenix was all like, I don't want to go, and Maya was like, come on, Nick, let's go. And we were like, okay, Godot, you sexist motherfucker. Just cause they're women doesn't mean that they lose all agency in their decisions. What is peculiar looking lock? Why don't we just break it open? It would be a simple matter of... I'm afraid we can't do that. This area has always been prone to earthquakes. Repeated tremors have weakened the foundations of the training hall. Any excessive force used to break the lock open would, well, let's just say the inner temple in the sacred cavern would be a thing of the past. Very well, then dare I suggest the obvious solution of opening it with the key? Sure. Just show me where the keyhole is on this trick lock. It's right there. There's no keyhole. No, you just gotta flip that or slide it or something, It's right there, yeah. That's right. An interesting puzzle, huh? The person who set this lock is the only one who can open it. Then who was it? Simple. The accused. What? Iris? Well, when an acolyte undergoes training inside the sacred cavern, the intending sister is responsible for locking the entrance. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. Well, Bikini was the sister in charge, not Iris. Bop it, pull it, twist it, turn it, yeah. Just, a trick lock that's just a bop it, like, with some chains on it. You gotta, to open the lock, you have to beat, level 25 or something. Something absolutely insane, but maybe more doable than 25. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. Maya Fey was trained in there. Simon says trick lock, yeah. Sister Bikini did mention it in a number of times, now that I think about it. She said that Iris was left in charge of supervising the early stages of the training. You're right. That is such a Riddler-ass lock. I need to now get a Simon Says and spray paint it green with a question mark on it, and connect it to a lock somehow. I just, my brain says I must. I have no way of actually doing this, so my brain will drop this eventually because I do not have the technical know-how to rig an electronic Simon Says up to a mechanical lock. Well, I guess there's electronic locks. I still don't know how to rig the Simon Says to as an input method, Especially, you need to get a certain distance. Well, Simon Says do have a scorekeeping feature. So, in theory, maybe, if I could... I think I know how to do it in an abstract way, but I've never done anything like that, so I don't know how to actually do it, Arrange for her to be brought here now. Iris is the only person who can open this lock? I hope she gets here soon. Hang on in there, Maya. We'll get you out. So, I should be getting back to work. Wait, Godot. Alright, more stretching. Here. How sure about Maya are you? There's no doubt in my mind. She's in the sacred cavern somewhere. It's the only place she could be. You'd better start praying. You'd better pray that friend of yours brings the accused back here soon. Edgeworth. Listen up, right? There's only one thing I want to say to you before I go. I'll never accept you. Never. Hmm? You should choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix Wright. That's what everyone says. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. I guess I'll just have to do what I can for now. I want to examine the lock. Ah, fine. I don't know, should I or shouldn't I? Sounds like someone's talking to himself, but where's that coming from? Gumshoe. Yeah, I guess I better wash that off. That's what I'll do. No, but I can't do that. I'm a detective. Ugh, my brain. This is driving me nuts. Arr, it's driving me nuts. Is something troubling you, Scruffy? Please don't whip me like that all of a sudden, sir. It was merely a simple greeting, a friendly tap on the shoulder with my whip. So what's up, Gumshoe? Is something on your mind? How do you know, pal? Perhaps you're trying to decide if you wanted to wash that off or not. How did you know, sir? Oh, yeah, I nearly forgot. Can't go through that little gate there, okay? You mean the one that says no entry on it? I, kinda already snuck in there. Is he trying to be clever or something? So what's behind there, Scruffy? Huh? A kind of garden-like garden? Garden-like garden. Wow. Is the water like water? Yeah, anyway, it's under investigation right now, so keep out. I'm not telling you, I'm asking you, pal. You got me? Isn't it normally the other way around? Well, see you later. So, shall we adjourn to this garden, Phoenix Wright? Of course. What else would you do? I really want to know what Gumshoe was thinking of washing off. Oh. That's Maya's name written upside down. Weird. February 9th. Inner Temple Garden. There's a strange feeling in the air. I wonder what it is. Strange feeling? Forget about that. What's that strange writing on the stone lantern? Ah! What are you doing here, sir? I thought I said you can't come in here. Don't you know, Scruffy? A Von Karma will always show up wherever there is a clue. There are plenty of clues to be found here. But... So how's the Inner Temple investigation going? We have the best forensic team in the world working in the place. Forensic team? What was the outcome of the scientific study? Nothing. Scientifically speaking, the place is as clean as a whistle. It's simply not good enough, Scruffy. Do you think I'll let you get away with that? Uh-oh. Well, there were a couple of things that bothered me when I first got here, sir. That stone lantern and the surrounding area that's not covered in snow, correct? They looked kind of fishy to me, you know, scientifically speaking. So I got the lab boys to look them over. The results were... It's kind of hard to say, actually. I guess I better look into them myself. About Maya. Oh, did Mr. Godot tell you yet? Yes, we heard. He's got a search party out looking for her. But there's nowhere else she could have disappeared to on this side of Dusky Bridge. All we can do is wait for Mr. Edgeworth to get here, pal. Edgeworth? He's escorting Iris, the defendant, over here. We'll have to wait, since she is the only one who can open the door to the sacred cavern. Oh, I think Mr. Edgeworth wants to talk to you about something too, pal. Huh? I wonder what it is. Just don't do anything. Just don't be expecting any good news when you talk to him. When I spoke to him, Mr. Edgeworth sounded so down, I felt like I was drowning. Sounds pleasant? Couple of torches here. Guess we need all the light you can get up here in the mountain. Yeah, I was looking at these things, pal. Looks Looks like they've been lit pretty recently. Recently? How recent are we talking about? As recent as the night of the murder. Maya was training here on the night of the murder. It's not unreasonable to think these things were lit up at that time, I guess. There's a charm or something poking out from the snow. Looks pretty old. There's a leather cord tied to it, too. Apparently it belongs to the victim. Huh? To Miss Elise Denim? Yeah, there was a broken leather cord around the lady's neck. Ends of the cords found on both the victim and on this charm match exactly. Sounds to me like this little trinket is going to be my ticket to getting some very big answers. Crane Master's Talisman. Out of the court record. A little lantern, a little statue. Certainly a quaint little garden, no? What is this huge bowl here for? Oh, I know this one. It's a water bowl, isn't it? Everything else is completely frozen over. The ice in this bowl has been broken. It's true. More water. Sure, I wonder if this has any impact on the case. Well, I doused my face earlier with the water in this. I was getting kind of sleepy. Gumshoe, next time you're sleepy, you need only to come to me. Got it? Yeah. What the heck is that? Uh-oh, you spotted it, huh, pal? Are you kidding me? It couldn't be more obvious. It says Maya. Yeah, and before you ask, it's written in blood. We will answer all our questions now, Scruffy, without exception. Yes, sir. Okay, the ground. Okay. Well, this is odd. There's no snow on the ground here. And it's an almost perfect rectangle. It couldn't have happened naturally. Yes, it appears as though someone has carefully cleared all the snow. No doubt about it. Huh? No, it wasn't me, sir. It was already like that when my men got here to start the investigation. If it wasn't the police, then who did it? Oh yeah, there's something I need to tell you, just between the three of us, okay? What is it? It's top secret, you can tell anyone, got it? Understood. Well, when I was a kid, I got knocked out of the local wrestling contest, you see? So disappointed, I just picked up my mouth guard and cried all the way home? This is not a story we need to know. Man, I got in so much trouble when I left it on the couch. Is that it? That's it. That Snowy must have had a good reason. Can't even begin to imagine what that reason could be. Maya, so these letters are written in blood. Yeah. What's worse is it's the victim's blood. Huh? Miss Denim's blood? We haven't done a detailed analysis yet, but it's looking that way, pal. Most interesting. Oop. My controller bugged out again. Phoenix Wright, I presume you know, don't you? Why Maya's name is written upside down? You know what? That was really bothering me too. But I just came up with the answer, the result of my own special gumshoe investigation. Really? Do tell. Well, on the night of the murder, Stone Lantern was upside down. Gumshoe, gumshoe, gumshoe. Ahem. Anyway, there's really only one logical explanation to this mystery. Miss Elise Denim wrote these letters herself in her own blood. You must be joking. That's impossible. From the writing in the victim's blood and the other clues left behind, it seems pretty likely that this garden was the scene of Miss Denim's murder. At least, that's our current theory on how the events took place, pal. What? So, Miss Denim was killed here? However you want to look at it, that's what people are saying now. Then, what Sister Bikini saw in the courtyard at the main temple was... Well, what was it? That was the scene of the crime. What did she see? What do you think, Miss Von Karma? Honestly, the Gumshoe should consider it, but no, apparently not. Sad. Wait a second, the bloody writing and all the other clues here. Someone could have easily set all that up after the murder, right? Sorry, but that's not an option, pal. Why not? How quickly you forget, Phoenix, right? Ever since the incident occurred, this place has been completely inaccessible. Because Dusky Bridge was completely burned out. I was overseeing repairs to the bridge the whole time. No one came over here before me and my men, which means no one could have planted all this stuff here, pal. Can't think of a counter-argument to that. I knew it. I should have washed the blood off the lantern as soon as I got here. This really was the scene of the crime, and I need to figure out exactly what it was that Bikini actually saw. Here. Yeah, let's head back in. Well, really, let me just. Oh, all right. Oh. Seems you have a visitor. Iris, hey. Hey, Savvy. Who left that window open? Damn. Mr. Wright. Iris, I'm really glad to see you. Fido managed to mobilize the police by claiming a state of emergency. Not him again. Never mind him. We gotta hurry and lock the sacred cavern. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, it's my fault. Someone so important to you is locked in there. Mr. Edgeworth, can you finish our conversation? Can we finish our conversation later? Alright, let's hurry to the inner temple then. I'll see you later, right? My yogurt! No, Savvy! Don't eat my yogurt. Wait, Edgeworth, I'm coming with you guys. Sorry, Wright. I can't allow you to come with us. What? Hate to be the one to break it to you, but Maya Fey is in a rather delicate position. What do you mean by a delicate position? This isn't simply a rescue operation, right? It's also an investigation. That being the case, we can't allow members of the public to interfere. Come on, Edgeworth. If anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Please understand, right? But it's Maya, Mr. Wright. All that matters is that Mystic Maya is rescued, correct? Listen to the voice of reason for a change, Phoenix, right? Scarlet, you spiked my yogurt? I can't have nothing. From now on, consider anything beyond Dusky Bridge to be off limit. Be going now. Excuse us. This is no time to be standing around, Phoenix, right? Aren't there other things that demand your attention? She's right. Thanks for reminding me. My mushrooms. Alright, well. Sister Bikini looks like she's shrunk home since I last saw her. Shrunk some. Don't be so rude, Phoenix, right? What's wrong, Sister Bikini? My. Hello, you two. How are you doing? From the sound of that sigh, I guess she's still pretty down. Iris was just here, you know? She was accompanied by that handsome crimson-clad prince. She talking about Edgeworth? It was just a courtesy call. I wasn't allowed to talk with her at all. Oh dear, it's all my fault that this has happened. Poor Iris, she was worried about my back, would you believe? What have I done to her? Only what you had to do, sister. You bravely and truthfully testified about what you saw. There's no shame in that. And you'll see to it that your testimony wasn't made in vain. Well, I don't hear anyone else saying that. Mr. Blue Suit doesn't seem to share your opinion, I see. Huh? Me? Ah. Glare. Oh, yes. You're great, Sister Bikini. Absolutely spectacular. Sniffle. You two are the only ones who said that to me. Can't shake the feeling that I just became a shill to a shrew. To be fair, Scully didn't say they were psychedelic. Which is very fortunate because I am susceptible to deadly mushrooms, but I suppose your robot body means that you can eat them fine. What does deadly mushroom spiked yogurt taste like, Savvy? Is it good? Is it the new forbidden fruit? Can't shake the feeling I just became a shill to a shrew. Do you have a problem, Phoenix, right? Sure, she was brave to testify so truthfully like that. But I know she's still hiding something. Guess it's time to break those cyclocks of hers.
Take that!
Jesus. Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Denim had a special significance to this temple. As to why she has special significance, I believe it has to do with her true identity. No. 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 Mr. Nim. It was a pseudonym. No. It can't be. Where... As to why she has special identity, what on earth are you talking about? She was... Miss Elise was an author, just an author, of picture books. She wasn't. She wasn't just an author, was she? To be honest, I had my suspicion almost immediately after I met her. Suspicions? Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory, though. But now I do. This piece of evidence proves Miss Denim's true identity. Wait, what piece of evidence? I don't... Whoa! We're getting ahead of ourselves. Oh, that's the tracks, but I don't know why I didn't read properly. Alright. Wait. Crane Master. Fuck! It is her. I really didn't pay attention when we got this amulet, this talisman, did I? Well, shit. Maya's the official master of the village now, I think.
Take that!
Ugh. She should not be trusted with that yet. Miss Denim had this charm with her at all times. Where did you... This isn't some cheap good luck charm either. But then, what do... Yeah, because it's got the symbol on it. You know, see that... We were already told that's the symbol of the master of the village. And we... Fuck. I really did not pay... I am tired. What do you think it is, Miss Ray? What could a talisman like that possibly mean? It's a talisman. Is it interesting? Oops. This thing speaks volumes about who Miss Denim really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally prove Miss Denim's true identity. As we're told. Painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment. But this scroll shows the master of the crane channeling technique. The crest at the top is a sign of that honorable title. The very same crest that adorns the talisman that the victim carried with her. This crest is reserved for the master of crane. Who on earth told you that nonsense? I've got no idea what you're talking about. The new master, Maya Fey, told me. What? You mean that acolyte is Misty Fey's daughter? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. In fact, since her eldest daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Fey's sole successor. Mystic Misty! Yep. It's just Cascade all right. Yeah, good. Good. It took me way too long to come to that. Way too long. I mean, I knew exactly the steps once my brain connected the pieces, and I was like, wait a second, I have that I have the this isn't a harebrained scheme that... Yeah, Mystic Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with that mark on it, well, I nearly fainted. No one had seen her since she disappeared 17 years ago, after all. What is the significance of this talisman, sister? The crane talisman is the symbol of the master of crane. The bearer must carry it with them always until their death. Until their death. So Lisa Nim was really Maya's mother, huh? She was Misty Faye, the master of the crane channeling technique. Truth comes out at last. It looks like we're making some headway here. Tell me, sister, after 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now? Because something happened that called her out of hiding. What happened? Well... Earthquake! Fuck! What's happening? It can't be. Earthquake. Oh my goodness. The inner temple. This kind of charmer might... The inner temple. Sacred cabinet in the training hall. It might very well cave in. Maya! Fuck! Fuck! Run, 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 run. It seems to have passed. Oh, we can't just stand here and do nothing. Let's go. What? Where? To the inner temple, of course. Where else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, alright? Of course. You run along now. People may have been hurt. It must get some first aid kit. I must get some first aid kits ready. Come on then, Phoenix Wright. They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you. Thank you. Right at the moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. I just had an earthquake. Oh, yeah, and Edgeworth is scared of earthquakes! Ooh, I almost forgot that. Oh, is Edgeworth okay? You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? Come on, let's go. Aw, she is too. Aw. Gotta hurry to the inner temple, and... Right! What are you doing here? How could I have... How do you expect us to understand if you don't speak up? Hey, am I the one getting whipped? She's gone. No. The defendant, Iris, she's gone. Gone where? She fled. She escaped. What? Yeah, that tracks. So, it was just now during the... It's easy to see Edgeworth's one and only weakness. His fear of earthquakes. Should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes, and I stupidly passed out. An incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it? That's no excuse for letting the suspect get away. Can't believe I let it happen. Right, the inner temple area is a dead end, so she could have only escaped to the side. We haven't seen her. Then we need to get a manhunt underway now, and search Eagle Mountain from top to bottom. Wait, Edgeworth. Have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet? Don't be ridiculous. Why would I? The inner temple is like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross. No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that the sacred cavern might have caved in because of the quake. You think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check on the situation? Listen, Edgeworth. I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt is not necessary. Right. Let's not waste any more time. We'll need to get to the training hall's sacred cavern now. Alright, let's go. Fortunately, the sacred cavern hadn't caved in, but what we found was something none of us expected. Ugh, 5 locks. What? How? How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Iris! Iris, please tell me. What the hell's going on? To be continued. Okay. Alright, so... Yeah. Halfway there. I'm gonna have to finish this case next Monday. So we're gonna be swapping Phoenix Wright to Mondays. But we're not necessarily overriding the build days. So next Monday would have been a Lego build day, but we're gonna actually postpone it to the Monday after, because I think I can finish, if I push a little bit, I think I can finish Phoenix Wright in the one more session, you know? And then, so next Monday will be hopefully the end of this Phoenix Wright game, hopefully. And then the Monday after that will be Legos. Wednesday will be Spirit Fair as normal. And then next Sunday, I have something that I think I want to do. But I'm consulting, and I will put up some info beforehand to let y'all know what it is once I have fully decided. But yeah, yeah, you know, whoa, we're halfway there. Let's see. I have yet to hear from a certain someone. So, since it is Monday, and I'm feeling like stopping Phoenix Wright. No, I should just get off. Yeah. I was thinking about doing our puzzle games. We haven't done that in a while. But let's actually just let me get off and let me see who is streaming right now. I'll drop y'all off as a raid. Let's see. Y'all interested in Psychonauts? Natalie's playing, so, you know. Yeah. Got that right? Is that the right? Nixie, yep, with underscore, not the dash. Yep. Alright, Alright. Huh. It's been lovely, my stars. Thank y'all for getting that in right on the wire. Alright. It's been lovely, y'all. Thank you for streaming with me. I shall see y'all when I see y'all. See y'all. Bye.